Hello friends, welcome to FreeCAD tutorial, and in this tutorial we will model this part. As you can see that I have already modeled it, and you can see that it is a perfectly matching with our isometric view. And if we see the drawing, so there are lots of things which we can learn from this part, like how we can extrude, how we can create a cut, and especially how we can create counter bore holes. So this tutorial is for the beginner user, those who have just started learning the part modeling. And one more feature which will be learn here, if we see the top view, and there is a taper feature which we will learn. So now let's close this file, and we will create this part from the scratch, and I will show you how you can create this part from start to finish. So I will close this file and create a new file. If you want to learn FreeCAD from the scratch, then you can buy my complete FreeCAD course from zero to expert. This course also available on Udemy, but problem is that Udemy only give me the 37% of a course selling. You can see here user had paid $15, but I have only got $5. So after minus of taxes, I get the pennies on each course selling. If you wanted to see the review of my course, you can go to the Udemy and search for the FreeCAD, and you will see my course, complete FreeCAD course from zero to expert. And this course is took by the more than 2000 students, and I have got the rating of a 4.1. For the demo lectures, you can expand it and see the demo lectures and the course structure. But I will request you, if you found my course interesting and the reviews of the other student on Udemy, then I would request you to buy my course from the my coffee shops, because if you buy from here it will help me a lot. So once you buy my course, you will be redirected to the Google Drive, and here is the my course, complete FreeCAD course from zero to expert. Go inside, and the sections I have shown you on my Ko-Fi shop page. So exactly same lectures under the section is created. For example, section 1 is introductions to FreeCAD 1.0 and what is new in FreeCAD 1.0. So if we go to the section 1, so there are the 18 lectures, and if you go inside of the sections 1, you will find the 18 lecture total. And once you go to the lecture 1, you will find a video file which you can download to your system, and you can watch it. And this course is updated on a equal interval of a time once the new features is came, and once you purchase the course, you have the lifetime access to the course. And in the case of any doubt, any query, you can mail me at admin@mechnexus.com. At the end you will find one video which is a promotional video. You can watch the video and take the whole overview of the course. You can also explore my shop, where you can download the tutorial source file and some interesting projects on FreeCAD. You can find my course link on my YouTube channel. You can see the course link, and you can also find my Ko-Fi course page link on pin comments and video descriptions. So buy my course and keep supporting my FreeCAD works. Your small course purchase will help me to grow this channel, and it will also motivate me to create more awesome content on FreeCAD. So please check out my course on FreeCAD from 0 to expert. And now we will come back to our tutorial. So here I have created a new file, and we will use the part design workbench to create this part. And first thing, we will insert the body and on the origin plane. And now we will create our first sketch. So for the first sketch, we will refer this section view, and if we see the section view, we can also see the contour bore holes detail. So let's start creating our profile. So we will create this on the right face, and we will select the right plane and click on the sketch. And now let's hide the origin plane. And to create this profile, we will use the polyline tool. So let's select a polyline and create an approximate profile. Now if you see that FreeCAD automatically applies the constraint like vertical, horizontal, etc. Now our job is to provide some additional constraint to completely fix our sketch. So if you see here, this is the dimension 19, which is a total width of our part. So we will use the symmetricity constraint and select this point and this axis. So you can see the two arrows is added. Now we will select a smart dimension, and we will provide it 90 mm. And now if we see the height, so 10 plus 15 is of a 25, so I will provide this dimension 25. And now instead of providing the 25 dimension here, we can do two things. We can select these 2 points and make it horizontal, or we can select this and this and make it equal. And now let's constrain this point. So select a symmetricity constraint, select this point and this axis, and select a smart dimension and provide the dimension. So if you are facing any problem, then zoom it and provide the dimension of 31. And now let's provide the angle 45. Select this and provide it a 45. And now provide the overall height, which is of 31 from the bottom point, and provide this 31. And now here we can provide a reference dimension. Select this, and if you see and give the dimension, so this is the over constraint, but while giving the dimension we will check it as a reference. So now this is the reference dimension. And now we will close our sketch. And for the sketch closing, you can also use this option for exit sketch. And now let's extrude it to the distance of 80 mm. So go to the model tab, select the sketch, and click on the extrusion, press 0, give here 80, and from here let's switch to the isometric, and from here keep it symmetric to the plane and say OK. Now if you see our isometric view, So there is a cut which is same on the other side, so we will create this cut on one side and we will use the mid plane to mirror it on the other side. So for the details we will go to the section view, and now here I will select this face and click on the sketch, and I will use the project geometry and project this horizontal and vertical edge, and I will select a 2-point rectangle and I will create a rectangle. And now I will select a line and create a line at an angle, and then we will trim these two edges. So for this we will use the trim tool, click on the trim this and this, and at the same time also delete this. Let's switch to the wireframe view so that you can see sketch more clear. And now we will create this profile whose dimension is given here. So let's select a line tool, create a two line, and select this and this and add a parallel relation. And now we will create a line by joining these 2 points. Select a line tool, select this, and here we will apply the relation because it is flexible. So we will select this and this and add a perpendicular constraint. So here you can see that perpendicularity is added. And now let's give the dimension, select a smart dimension and give it 3 mm, and here we will select this and made it equal. And now let's also constrain this one, give the 3 mm, or you can delete it and apply the relation with this and made it equal. And now let's provide the angle. So select the smart dimension, select this line and provide the angle of 45, and let's define this position which is of 20 mm, and let's define the height which is of 10 mm. So this is how we have constrained our sketch with less dimensions. My advice is to use the constraint tools like equality, perpendicularity, rather than giving the dimensions. For example, instead of giving perpendicularity, I can give the angle. But to make your sketch more clear, avoid giving the dimension if you can apply the constraint. Now we will close it, and we will switch to the flatlines view, select the sketch and click on the pocket tool, and from here say it through all and say OK. Now we will select the pocket tool and click on the mirror, and from here we will select reference and select this exit plane and click on OK. So you can see that this cut is mirror on the other side. Now we will create these 4 counter bore holes whose detail we can see in a section view. It is a diameter 11 through, and counter bore hole is of diameter 18 with a depth of 10 mm. So here we will select this top face and click on the sketch, and we will create a 4 circle at a position given here, and we will make the circle 11 mm. So for this we will create one rectangle, and we will drag our mouse from right to left to select all 4 edges, and we will toggle it to the construction geometry. Now the purpose of creating this rectangle is to define the positions. So once I change this rectangle position, so then our hole will be get shifted because we are making our hole center at the corner. So let's select a smart dimension and provide it 38, and vertical is of 60. This we can see here, 38 and 60. So provide the 60, and now let's check the orientation of a part, whether the orientation is correct or not. So we can see that this is of 38 and this is of 60. So it is very important to check the orientation with the isometric view. Now we will switch to the top view and let's make it symmetric. So here we will first switch to the wireframe view so that we can see the axis clearly, and now we will use the symmetricity constraint. Select this point, and this axis, and we will select this point, and this axis. So you can see that our sketch is fully constrained, and now we will select a circle tool and create a 4 circle, and here we will use the smart dimension, and here if you see in a section, so it is a 11 mm drill, so we will provide here 11 mm and say OK. And instead of giving dimensions to all the circles, we will press Ctrl key and select all the circles, and here we will apply the equal constraint. So you can see that it is created. Now we will create this counter bore holes. So let's first switch to the flat lines view. So here you can see that if you click on here, it is not activating. So first switch to the shaded view and then click on the flat lines. So this is a type of a bug in a FreeCAD, and I hope so in upcoming release it will be get fixed, but it is not a major issue. Select the sketch and click on the hole wizard. So to create a contour bore holes, first we define our drill size. So in practical, the operator will drill this 11 mm. So here we will provide 11 mm, and here simply I will say it through all. So operator will first create this 11 mm drill, and then we will select the counter bore, and here on the counter bore diameter is 18, so we will provide the 18, and depth is of 10 mm, so we will provide here the 10 mm. And now you can see that this counter bore hole is created. Now say OK, and now let's move to the next feature. Next feature is to create the hole which is at a taper of 1.44. So we will press 0 for the isometric view, and we can see that this counter bore holes which we have created, apart from that there is a hole but in the taper. So if we see the our model orientation, and if we switch to the wireframe view, so here we can see that taper line is here. So we will select the backside face to create our sketch. So switch to the flat lines, press 0, and let's select this back face which is a left view, click on OK, and now let's rotate our model, and we will select the circle tool and create a circle, and here the diameter is a given which is of 23.86. so select 23.86 and say OK. And now its position, we will project geometry and select a smart dimension, and let's define the position of 10 mm, and now we will close it. And now we will create this taper as well with a cut, because this drill size is of a 23.86, so this type of a drill may not be available in a market, so it is going to be made with a pocket option. And here if you see, it is of 74 mm. So first we will define our cut length of 74, and here is a taper angle feature, and here in the taper angle feature I will provide minus 1.44, which is this one. Now to see that, we will switch to the wireframe and say OK. And now let's switch to the top view and rotate it. So here we can clearly see that a taper line is created, as it is a wireframe view. Therefore the visualization is little bit poor, but if you create a drawing by taking a sections from the mid, you will see it. And now let's press 0 for isometric, and now here is a taper, and if you see here, there is a opening on the other side here. So here we will select this face and click on the sketch. Now we will rotate our model, and there is an internal diameter. We will click on it and we will project it, and we will create a circle, and we will select this and this and made it equal. Click on close, select the sketch and click on the cut, and from here say it through all. Now let's press 0 for isometric view, and we can see the cut. Now let's move to the next feature. So here if we see, there is a chamfer is given, so we will provide a chamfer of 1 mm. Now this completes our model, and if you see that our model is perfectly matching with the isometric view of our reference drawing. If you want to apply the approximate color, then select the body and go to the appearances and drop down it, and in the custom appearances select this diffuse color, and let's adjust the color and say OK, say close. So you can adjust the color, and you can see that it is perfectly matching with our isometric view. So this is all about this tutorial, and this tutorial is for the beginner user. So in this tutorial we have learned pad, pocket, mirror, hole features, and also the taper feature, how we can provide the taper when creating the cut. So this is all about this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your valuable time.